The 1930s was a time of depression, the Great Depression. It lasted from the late 1920s all through the 30s. During this period, many people were unemployed and many families didn't have much food. In 1931, the Star-Spangled Banner became the national anthem. Another big hit in 1930s was for the whole family to gather around the radio. It was their main way to hear the news, except for going into town, which was a place they didn't go every day. About literature, there were popular books such as The Grapes for Wrath by John Steinbeck, Gone with the Wind by Margaret Mitchell, To Have and Have Not by Ernest Hemingway, among others. The fashion of the 1930s was very different than the fashion today. Hats for both men and women were popular for day and evening wear. Dresses were often cut off the bias to allow a smoother drape of the fabric. Women wore long, haltered top dresses, laced frocks, negligees, and corsets. Men wore suits with a matching top, hat, and overcoats. Another main event that happened in 1931 was, believe it or not, scientists had begun experimenting with the idea of transmitting images over long distances. There have been many advances in science and medicine since the 30s. Pluto was discovered in 1930, and in 1931 there was the first clinical use of penicillin. In 1937 there was insulin used to control diabetes. On May 1st, 1931, the world's tallest building, the Empire State Building, was opened by President Hoover in New York. In 1932, President Roosevelt was elected and again re-elected in 1936. Roosevelt built the country's economy and is known to be one of many people's favorite presidents. In 1937, the German Hindenburg airship burned to the ground in less than 2 minutes by a spark the size of an ant, leaving 33 people killed, 12 people injured, and only 64 people got away not badly hurt. The famous American woman pilot, Amelia Earhart, disappeared on a flight around the world in July of 1938. As you can see, daily life in the 30s was hard and stressful. What if you came home and your wife yelled at you because you have no job? Or your husband threw a fit because there was no bread? This was how many people lived in the 30s. Miserable. The lines for bread were long and they lasted long too. The jobs were very hard to get, especially in 1933. Just imagine if you have to live in the 30s.